Alright guys, I'm a tad bit late to the party, but we have grand finals. I just started trying to let mine because this is honestly a bit too intense of a scent. It's killing me right now. Alright, so far, Ango down so far. I'm not particularly surprised that we're seeing Makken stick with the Inkling. I feel like it worked out pretty well in the winner final set, and I feel like you just gotta stick with the tried and true. It's working so well, in fact, that Ango is down a lot of stocks right now. Tries to definitely get the kill here, but so far Makken is going on a tear, putting on mass amounts of damage. He took 50. That was a really good bomb because Ango and honestly a lot of Charizard players are going to try and kill you with that back air. So the fact that he put in the space that he was going to go is really good. Probably going to see the up throw, which is not going to kill. Optimal DI coming out from Makken. Stuff like that, you always actually want to DI towards the corner lest you die. We could see the potential 3-stock here, which would be kind of a really dominating start from Makken. Probably going to go for the up throw. A decent switch from Ango, but Ango not catching a break up until he got that grab. Ango being a bit patient here. Not sure if that's necessarily the best move because he's getting slowly back into that corner. Makken clearly trying to just make him die and not let him back on stage. Truly unable to get back on stage. Alright, Ango mid-stage but getting grabbed. The back throw not even close to killing. Charizard being a super heavy, of course. I don't know, I thought I'd see more of an extreme result, but almost anything Makken can do here, at least any of his stronger hits, will definitely just take it at this point. Ango's gonna have to perform a miracle to win this, but it's definitely looking like Makken's game right now. Oh man, going for the cheese right there, not quite working out for him. I'm not even sure if that would have killed, but back throw on ledge is definitely gonna take it, and Makken dominating game 1 of this grand finals. So honestly, after I saw Makken's performance versus Cody, or Sea Falcon, in that last monthly, I really actually rooting for him because like the amount of expression that came out of his gameplay then was high. Like I feel like in Ultimate the gameplay can be a little bit stale unless you're paying attention to the small things, and while I do that, I really could feel it then, and I really like the kind of expression that comes out of people's gameplay. And I feel like both of these players, since I'm familiar with Ango and I'm decently picking up on Makken's gameplay, I feel like I'm getting to see both of a little bit of these players' kind of personalities to this. And I don't know. I really enjoy. I always enjoy watching Ango, and I found that I'm also really enjoying Makken. Both of these guys are great players, and this is great. I couldn't have asked for a better grand finals, honestly. But Lilat being the GOAT, not a stage you often see. I certainly don't like it, and many others don't as well, but this is where it's come. Makken's still going for a lot of those long rollers, but that was working versus Ango and won his finals decently well. And I like how Makken is using it, like, only going for those smash attacks when he knows they can kill. You know what? I think Ango is probably going because he gets shark so heavily on the Lilat ledge. That could really be big. This is looking much closer, much more even than the previous games. Makken a bit low on ink here. That could be a little rough, but ooh, smaller stage being light. Ango is actually in the lead for once. This is definitely looking a bit different. Maybe it's the stage. Maybe it's also some form of adaptation. But either way, Ango is doing far better than he did before. We're up smash. Going to work though. And this is coming back to an even game. Alright, you saw Makken there, kind of doing those pops, looking for something, and nailing it. Ooh. In the wrong direction, but so far, a lot of those small hits that Ango likes to convert off of have not come out. Trying to call out that jump. Makken jumps again, except this time with an aggressive option, and it actually ends up working. And he predicted where the fallout came. Definitely a rough situation to be in, but Makken putting himself in a very strong lead. But I love the lead right there coming out of Ango. Definitely choosing a different option that you might expect there. That's what you gotta do. Not quite even, but the game is looking real close right now. Alright, so Ango was able to make Makken shield because of his razor pressure. Makken being a bit of an aggressive player here, definitely trying to get in there, but he got caught, and because he got caught in that earlier interaction, he got caught on ledge. That's actually the way Ango's gotten all these kills so far. Definitely a beneficial stage for PT. He made it back there. I think that was probably one of the first like truly good side Bs, or Charizard side Bs that Ango did, and it worked out really well. Not surviving there, but Makken is doing a really good job. Even though he's going down most of these stocks, he's doing a fantastic job of closing them out very quickly. If Esther keeps repeating itself though, Ango can and will take this stock. Maybe Makken can pull through, because Makken pulls through. There's only one more match that he needs to win after this. Alright. Makken pushing his advantage here. Alright, I like how Makken was able to avoid the grabs, because those grabs that Ango's been getting periodically have been getting a lot of mileage. Ango going for a similar read, like when he got the S smash roll, but not quite working out. I think Flare Bits is a bit too reactive when doing that, but still, these competitors are pretty similar percent. Going over the ledge, that being pretty dangerous, and ooh, no 2-frame, lucky for Ango, but Ango's gonna have to do something pretty good in order to get this. He still has the kill power, but taking a risk like that might not be the best option. That was a really good switch in up there, putting himself in stage control and catching that roller with the razor lead. Oh, trying to go for the spikes there, and Makken almost turning this around in his favor. That massive up air, doing its job. Yep.
Pokemon trainer.
Ango definitely showing that he's not about to get completely dominated like he did in the first game. Well played. Alright guys, first time I checked the amount of viewers we have, but the 6 viewers that are here, I appreciate you guys. I hope you're enjoying this as much as I am. Alright, we are at a game 3. Even though we're at a game 3 for this one, Angle still has a really big uphill battle.
3, 2, 1, go!
Alright, Makken doing the classic England approach attack there. While I think that's good, I think the fact that Ango was able to kind of like use Squirtle to get under that and get that nice bit of damage was definitely maybe a bit of counterplay to that. And I want to see how Makken might change up his game plan. He's getting that fair to stall that and get into the grab. Getting some big damage of his own. Not quite eating it up, but getting decently close. Ooh. Oh. A double parry there, and Ango knowing where Makken is going to go. Oh, now he's under him. Got back pretty quickly, but alright. Really good roll on. He didn't really take too much. He didn't really take much damage getting back on stage. It's the second time Makken got hit on the second hit of that back air. Hopefully he'll exercise a little more patience on that. That was a really good switch, honestly. I think that's frame 1, and are we going to see the up throw? I think you should have up throw after 1 or 2 pummels, because that getting on that battlefield platform would have been really big. Oh my goodness. Ango making the kind of suspect flare blitz, but ooh. Makken waiting there a little bit. Maybe feeling a little upset about that. Maybe not, but definitely saw a little bit of weight there. I wonder what that could indicate. But that was a really shiesty looking flare blitz. But I like how Makken was really staying off stage, trying to not let him come back. No master faster get out of that though, and Makken, like I said earlier, really bringing this to a situation where even though he goes down first, he's never gonna let Ango get too far ahead of him. I like how Ango shifted from calling out the jumps to trying to punch him on the ground. I think that variation was a good idea because Makken very intelligently switched up his ledge option there too. Speaking of switching stuff up though, these switches have been really great, and I really like what I'm seeing out of here. I think Makken is doing a better job of adding a different layer of his approaching aggression. Now he's adding dashbacks and options to catch whatever move that Ango might throw out, and I think that's definitely going to be helping him here. Going on platform and falling into the back air with him, working out decently well. Makken though, sitting at over a 50% lead though. Ango definitely in the range of killing in any of his setups. Ooh. He caught where he was on ledge and put on a decent amount of damage for them. And oh my goodness. Ango not letting up on these platforms, but this is how it's going to be. Ango's definitely got to keep taking these stocks before Makken, because Makken at those high percents is always catching him with the rollers. And I feel like that might be a bit avoidable, but the consistency that Makken is doing that with is really helping him out here. Still down percent-wise, but ooh, I like how Makken was kind of swinging, perhaps to bait him in, and then he got the grab there. These very small variations that each player are putting on each other is really good. I really am enjoying seeing how everyone is adapting to each other. Makken still catching him with the rollers, and even though he misses confirm, he was able to still catch Ango. This is looking rough. Ango's got to do something pretty good. He got the 2 frames, but yep, Makken was completely ready for that and punished accordingly. So now we have Makken 1 game away from taking Grands. Even if Ango wins the next 2 games, he's still got a lot to come back from. Could be rough, but we'll see. We'll see. Banjo? That's crazy. Alright, well, I'm gonna be honest, I've really never seen Ango's Banjo, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but who knows, this might be the Joker, the wild card per se, that Ango needs to take out Makken. I do genuinely believe that Ango did very, very well with PT, but, you know, it's up to him. So far, Makken is looking to be in control right now, and that was cool. I didn't really know you could convert off roller like that. Ango not able to mash out of that quickly enough and just consistently dying into that. This could definitely be rough, but 4 Wonder Wings left, and you see, I think what's really hurting Ango in a lot of these situations is even if he, oh no, he made that back really, really, really good. But I think in general, every time Ango gets ooh, great S smash. Every time Ango gets buried, he either chooses a really bad defensive option immediately afterwards or just gets killed. And I think that's really rough. Definitely gotta work on the there. Ooh, I'm glad Makken didn't try to turn around and do that roller, because I definitely would have got punished. Speaking of getting punished, like, Ango was just constantly eating these, constantly eating these rollers. He got such a high percent. It's gonna be really tough if he's gonna make it back. I think in these situations, you really want to be camping way more with Banjo. And I'm not sure if he's doing that enough. Makken going up really heavy, looking like this is potentially looking like the end of the tournament. A little bit risky with these Wonder Wings, not working out too well for him. You see, so the thing about Banjo is he's a character you want to camp out people with and really like irritate them with the threat of the good match by Makken, with the threat of the Wonder Wing and all that jazz. But I feel like his use of projectiles is not threatening enough to where Makken can really just push him into corners and kind of do what he wants. I feel like there's maybe a bit less pressure on Makken than there was before. Is he gonna go for the dare? He's gonna go for the dare. I feel like those were definitely some misinputs, but that's it. I think those are all the Wonder Wings for the game. That's definitely rough, and Makken not letting him win. Ooh, Ango finally not getting hit by the roller, but this is looking really bad for Ango. I really think he should have stayed PT, but is he going to be able to mash up? Got out of that one, but almost anything Makken can do kill setup-wise is going to take him out. But let's see how he takes up this next stock. He still could pull it out clutch. You never know. Ooh, covering that regular get up, going deep, trying to catch his recovery. Makken just trying to be all over Ango. Are we gonna see it? It's over. Well played by both competitors. I definitely think Ango should have stuck with the PT, but congratulations, Makken is the winner of the 3rd ever possible weekly.